The camera fades in. The crowd roars. And there he stands, the man who turned every doubt into dominance, every inning into poetry, Tarik Skubal. It's almost impossible to believe that just a few years ago, his name barely echoed outside Detroit. But in 2025, he became something different. Something mythic. Because this was the year Skubal didn't just pitch. He ruled. Every batter who stepped into the box knew they weren't facing just another lefty, they were walking into a storm. A storm that smiled, calm on the surface, deadly underneath. You could feel it before every pitch. That silence in the stadium. That collective breath from 50,000 fans, waiting for that moment when the ball would slice through the air like lightning. And when it did, boom, glove pop, strike one, no mercy. Innings came and went, and hitters, some of the game's best, were reduced to silhouettes of frustration. His fastball wasn't just fast. It was alive. It moved, like it had its own heartbeat. The slider, that thing broke like it had a grudge against gravity. And the changeup, it didn't just fool hitters, it embarrassed them. Every pitch was art. Every strikeout was a signature. But it wasn't always this way. There was a time when Tarik Skubal wasn't sure he'd even make it back. The arm injuries, the rehab, the endless whispers, he's got talent, but can he stay healthy? He heard it all. And instead of fighting it with words, he fought it with work. Hour after hour, day after day, the weight room, the bullpen, the pain, turning scars into strength. That's what separates stars from legends. Anyone can have talent, but heart, real heart, that's something you're born with. And in 2025, Skubal showed what heart looks like when it's unleashed. His era, microscopic. His strikeouts, off the charts. But numbers alone couldn't tell the story. You had to see it. The intensity in his eyes before the windup. The grin after striking out the side. The way teammates leaned on him, not just for innings, but for inspiration. Detroit had seen great pitchers before. But this felt different. This felt like destiny. There were games that didn't feel real, the complete game shutout against the Yankees, where he threw 102 pitches like it was child's play. The 11 strikeout gem under the lights in Houston. The emotional duel against Ohtani, where both warriors refused to blink. Each outing added to his legend. Each victory made the whispers louder, he's gonna do it again. And when the season finally reached its climax, when all eyes turned to the Cy Young voting, there it was. Tarik Skubal, back to back. The room erupted when his name was announced. But Skubal, he didn't scream. He didn't flex. He just smiled, a quiet smile, like a man who already knew this was coming. Because this wasn't luck. It was legacy. Think about it, how rare it is for a pitcher to repeat as the best in the American League. To dominate an era filled with talent, technology, and pressure. To carry an entire city's hope on your shoulders, and never let it fall. Detroit fans knew. They saw it in every fastball that ripped through the zone, every curve that danced past desperate swings. They saw it in his leadership, his humility, his refusal to settle. Tarik Skubal became the soul of the Tigers. And 2025 wasn't just another season. It was his canvas. You can measure the miles per hour. You can chart the spin rates. But you can't quantify the presence he brings to the mound, that electric feeling when you just know something special is about to happen. It's not about one pitch, one game, or one trophy. It's about a man rewriting his story, one strike at a time. Every time he takes the ball, you can feel it, the silence before the storm. That's not fear, that's respect. Because the hitters know, when Skubal's on the mound, there's no escape. He doesn't overpower you with noise. He destroys you with precision. Like a master craftsman sculpting history in real time. And maybe that's the secret to greatness. Not the fire, but the control of it. He doesn't pitch angry. He pitches aware. Aware of the journey, the scars, the stakes. And that's why 2025 belongs to him. There's a certain poetry in watching someone fulfill the potential everyone doubted. It's not just baseball. It's redemption. Skubal's highlight reel from this season isn't just about strikeouts. It's about moments. Moments that remind you why you fell in love with the game in the first place. Moments that make you feel, truly feel, that anything is possible when you refuse to quit. And as the lights fade, and the crowd chants his name, Tarik Skubal tips his cap. Not to the numbers, not to the fame, but to the journey that turned pain into precision, silence into symphony, doubt into dominance, the journey that made him a back-to-back Cy Young champion. And a living, breathing reminder that greatness isn't given. It's earned. And if you listen closely, you can still hear it. That glove pop. That heartbeat, that sound of a legend being born. Again.